What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with another video. Join us now as we look at this week's edition of Raw, as well as the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including Vince McMahon getting the Benoit treatment, a top WWE superstar still unsigned, Punk off Wrestlemania, the Bella Twins issue a statement on a McMahon lawsuit, Brock finished with WWE, did Punk's injury lead to a change in the Men's Rumble, and much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Also check out our new website, Wrestlemania.com. As always, we won't recap the show, but just look at the good, the bad, and the downright ugly. As always, we start off with the good, as number one, best in the world isn't about winning. A CM Punk cut a promo for the ages last night as he let the WWE Universe know he won't be able to work WrestleMania, but that he would be back. Punk explained what the best in the world is. It's not about winning, but fighting your fears. Punk gave some notable examples, including his disastrous run in UFC, then pointed to real-life examples of courage such as his friend's battle with cancer. While Punk showed some heel elements last week, this promo was pure babyface, and that's how it should be, as fans were unlikely to boo an injured superstar. Number 2, Drew's dream came true. Is Drew McIntyre wrestling's biggest jerk right now? Well, Drew healed it up brilliantly when he confronted an injured CM Punk, telling Punk he couldn't sleep after Punk eliminated him from the Rumble, but that he slept like a baby when he heard Punk was injured. McIntyre's boast to find a way to main event WrestleMania and live Punk's dream was pretty low. However, McIntyre found a way to top that by attacking his injured rival, targeting Punk's arm. Like, damn, that was brutal. Number 3, does Cody want the Hollywood title? Cody has a pick of the litter following his Royal Rumble win, but does he want the Hollywood title or the workhorse title that reflects blue-collar values? Well, that was a question perfectly posed by the World Heavyweight Champion as he challenged Cody to fight him at WrestleMania 40 rather than Roman Reigns. Now, this is an effective way to keep fans guessing about Cody's choice and give the WWE an out if The Rock is actually wrestling Roman Reigns at Mania. Number 4, Gunther vs Kofi Classic. Anyone who doubted the New Day's recent statement that they can't still deliver in the ring received a wake-up call as Kofi Kingston took the fight to Gunther. Kofi didn't win the match, but he showed the fire that drove him to the WWE Championship. Number 5, DIY vs Judgment Day banger. Last night was a bad night for DIY's Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano, as the Judgment Day were the wrestling equivalent of an overclocked computer. And give DIY their due, they put in a match for the ages, but Balor and Priest were there to make a statement and nothing was gonna stop them. Number 6, the Judgment Day makes a statement. Now, speaking of making a statement, the Judgment Day delivered a destructive message last night, as no more playing around. The Judgment Day, as they dispatched DIY without cheating or outside interference, proceeded to then send a painful message to R-Truth that he's not, nor has he ever been a member of Raw's Rogue faction. As a bonus, the Judgment Day annihilated Miz for sticking his nose in Judgment Day business. Number 7, Nia destroys Rhea, and looks like we have an Elimination Chamber match. And it looks like we have Rhea Ripley's opponent for Elimination Chamber, as seen by last night's beatdown by Nia Jax. The WWE has been teasing a one-on-one between Jax and Ripley ever since her return, and while we still aren't thrilled at Jax getting a major push at the expense of other females, she has been booked very strongly enough to seem like a threat to the Eradicator. Jax vs Ripley Elimination Chamber is a brilliant booking move, as the fans in Perth aren't going to boo Rhea Ripley short of her taking a wrecking ball to an animal shelter. And Andrade joins Raw. It was great to see Andrade sign with the Red Brand because we are certain he got bogged down in the LWO vs Legado del Fantasma storyline on SmackDown. The WWE needs to book Andrade on his own and establish him as a viable single star if they want this run to be a success. But that was the good. What about the bad? Is number 1, main event. The Sami Zayn vs Drew McIntyre was a decent match, but it felt anticlimactic after the happenings before it. If WWE booked Kofi vs Gunther in the main event, it would have been much better. Number 2, a change would do him good. Gunther is still crushing it and opponents in the ring, however, can he do anything without the Intercontinental Championship? At times it seems like the WWE is afraid to take the belt off him because they don't know where to go from there. Let's hope that's not the case and Gunther doesn't go downhill from there. That was nothing remotely ugly, as Raw provided an excellent follow-up to the Rumble without getting bogged down with recap videos. What did you guys think of Raw last night? Let us know in the comments down below. Now let's move on to the news. Our first story looks at Vince McMahon getting the Benoit treatment. The top of today's news is a report suggesting TKO Holdings is intent on removing Vince McMahon from the company in more ways than his resignation. Inside the Ropes, Alex Hunt recently commented on an Instagram video uploaded by The Rock celebrating his appointment to TKO's board of directors. Despite also being present in New York on that day, Vince McMahon has been erased almost entirely from the footage. McMahon only makes a brief appearance as he stood beside The Rock when the opening the bell of the stock exchange was run. Additionally, half of McMahon's face is out of shot. Don't be surprised if Peacock begins reviewing some of McMahon's appearances in WWE programming to find anything misogynistic or predatory, or even if it's a case of it being Vince playing his Mr. McMahon character. Peacock could remove his footage just as it removed other controversial moments such as Vince using the N-word. Next up, a top WWE superstar still unsigned. It's intriguing news from Dave Meltzer as Meltzer discussed Drew McIntyre's status during a recent Wrestling Observer Radio. And Drew McIntyre is not under contract until through past April, and that's not changed. And I was surprised that they didn't have McIntyre under a contract for his Punk return. So it was great promo work. He could be staying, you know. I mean, it's not like it's a given that he's gone, just that he's not signed. The WWE may be confident that McIntyre will sign, or they may be willing to chance things for when Punk returns. Do you think Drew will re-up with the WWE? Let us know in the comments down below. Next up, Bella Twins issue a statement on McMahon lawsuit. How do the Garcia twins, aka former superstars Nikki and Brie Bella, feel about the recent lawsuit filed against Vince McMahon and former WWE executive John Laurinaitis and the WWE? Well, the twins' mother is married to Laurinaitis, which makes this even more stressful. They posted a statement on social media saying, "We are shocked and disheartened with the recent allegations against members of the WWE. It's been a lot to process since we found out this past week, just as you all did. This is something we don't stand for or condone from anyone, no matter who they are. We all want women to feel safe and supported in the workplace and in their everyday lives." Fans will likely see more statements from other female superstars no longer working in the WWE. Next up, Brock finished with WWE. The WWE Universe may have seen the last of Brock Lesnar in the company following the report that he was alluded to in the recent lawsuit against Vince McMahon. While Lesnar isn't being sued, the Wall Street Journal identified him as a wrestler who supposedly was wooed with an offer for him to sleep with the woman suing McMahon. The recent reports that TKO Holdings is looking to purge the WWE of anyone remotely linked with McMahon has led to strong speculation that Brock is done with WWE. Meltzer discussed this on the Wrestling Observer Radio, saying it appears that Brock Lesnar is not going to be around for a while. Some people think ever. When it comes to talent, I hate to say forever because most of the time it's not the case, especially if someone can draw. They always seem to find a way back. There was plenty of conjecture Saturday night that Bron Breakker took Lesnar's place in the Rumble. As always, we'll keep you updated on the situation. Next up, did Punk's injury lead to change in the Men's Rumble? It did see Punk's triceps injury lead to a change of plans for the Men's Rumble. While Punk was able to finish the match, there's been discussion whether the WWE changed the winner once it realized Punk was legitimately hurt. According to Fightful Select, for those asking, we have not heard that Cody Rhodes' Royal Rumble win was an audible due to the injury. Do you agree with the report, or do you think WWE changed things up at the last minute? Let us know in the comments down below. Next up, is Kevin Owens injured? Add Kevin Owens to the list of superstars dealing with an injury. Dave Meltzer is reporting that KO wrestled at the Royal Rumble with a fractured foot that he sustained on the 5th January SmackDown. It's unknown whether Owens will miss any time off, and if so, what the recovery period is. Next up, Mercedes money marching in. Is Mercedes money coming to AEW? Well, fans continue to speculate on where money will work next, but she so far hasn't provided any substantial clues, instead teasing the fans and the wrestling industry. However, some recent comments from PW Insider have fans thinking money could march into AEW in March. According to the site, Money is on vacation in Japan and is expected back in the US around March. According to the report, she won't be working in TNA or the WWE, which leaves AEW. Again, we recommend caution with any Mercedes reports, but we're putting this out there for everyone trying to track Money's next move. And finally, a first-time dream match booked for Dynamite. And last but not least, Jeff Hardy and Jon Moxley fans take note as the two wrestlers will meet for the first time as they wage war on Dynamite. Tony Khan tweeted, "Mox vs Jeff Hardy one-on-one for the first time ever, fighting for a valuable win on the night that AEW Rankings makes a longer way to return, this Wednesday." It's somewhat surprising that a veteran Hardy never battled Mox in the ring. What do you guys think of this dream match? Let us know in the comments down below, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.